Why the wind still carries voices. Long ago, when the world was still young and the sky was closer to the earth, there lived a small village nestled between tall mountains and a whispering forest. The people of this village were kind and hardworking, but they carried a sadness in their hearts. You see, many years before, a great sickness had taken the voices of their loved ones. The elders, the storytellers, the singers, all had grown silent, their words lost to time. The villagers missed hearing their wisdom, their laughter, and their songs. One evening, a little girl named Lina sat by the river, skipping stones across the water. Her grandmother had been one of those who lost her voice, and Lina often wondered what stories she might have told. As the sun dipped below the trees, a soft breeze brushed against her cheek, and for a moment she thought she heard her grandmother's voice. It was faint, like a whisper, but Lina was sure of it. Excited, she ran to the village square, where the people had gathered around the fire. "The wind carries voices," she announced. The villagers looked at her with doubt. The oldest among them, a man named Haran, shook his head. "The wind only carries sounds, child. The rustling of leaves, the chirping of birds. Voices are gone when people are gone." But Lina refused to believe that. The next morning, she set out into the whispering forest, determined to find the truth. The trees seemed to lean as she walked, their branches swaying as if speaking secrets to one another. Deep in the woods she found an ancient oak, its trunk wide and knotted with age. At its base sat an old woman with silver hair, weaving a basket from reeds. "You seek the voices," the old woman said without looking up. Lina gasped. "How did you know?" The woman smiled. "The wind tells me many things. Sit, child. I will tell you a story. Long ago, when the first people walked the earth, they had a gift. Their voices never truly disappeared. When someone spoke, their words became part of the world, carried by the wind, stored in the trees, echoed by the rivers. But as time passed, people stopped listening. They forgot to speak with kindness, forgot to share their stories. And so the voices grew quieter and quieter, until most could no longer hear them at all. "The voices are still there," the old woman said, "but only those who listen with their hearts can hear them." Lina thought of her grandmother. Had her voice truly vanished, or was it still out there, waiting to be heard? She closed her eyes and listened. The wind rustled through the leaves, and then there it was, a faint hum, a whisper of her grandmother's lullaby. It was real. She hurried back to the village and told everyone what she had learned. At first they were skeptical, but Lina urged them to try. "Close your eyes," she said. "Listen not with your ears, but with your heart." One by one, the villagers did as she asked. And then, slowly, they began to hear. A father recognized his son's laughter in the breeze. A mother heard her child's voice singing. The wind carried the voices of those they had lost, not as echoes of the past, but as living whispers in the present. From that day on, the villagers spoke more carefully, knowing their words would linger in the world. They told stories, sang songs, and shared their love openly, so that the wind would always carry their voices forward. And even now, if you listen closely on a quiet evening, you might hear them too. The voices of the past, carried gently on the breeze, reminding us that no word is ever truly lost. And so, my dear listener, that is why the wind still carries voices. Because as long as we remember to speak, to listen, and to love, the stories of those who came before us will never fade away. They will always be there, whispering in the wind, waiting for someone to hear them. Now close your eyes. Listen. What do you hear?